Judge Baur way and na Paul Adom-Otchere can ask them say or the warrant ato me so. And before I go to Paul issue no so, my kind of say me the nyoma biba, but me din kind huma no. There are a few things he said that I want Paul to know. Say me when I'm quiet about something, maybe I'm best me react because me react here. Say me twa huma na, me twa material na, huma na wo no ebe ka obi mo bi hum, ohun be kire no. Obi be say in the light we shall see light. Ye nyina e presec, illuminate you, vimo gang Lomen or something, right? But with Jimmy, we would straighten you. That's very, very important. It does not matter who you are. So obviously, obviously, it's very, very important. Now, court in Seminole. I want to send a message out. In fact, the Chief Justice, the acting Chief Justice, today he sent some warning out. And I'll say acting Chief Justice warns Enchi District Court judge over Galamsey excavators. Now, the Chief Justice, the acting Chief Justice, or the strong warning a judge or Galamsey case biso. Now, Ghana problem pa any sa judges na omo in Kronkitu and answer regions, you know. Some of them a lot of damage. And today we have an effective, progressive, proactive acting CJ who takes action, who basically wants the right thing to be done. Now, so we read this story now. This is what the story says. Story say the acting Chief Justice of Ghana, Paul Baffour Bonny, has issued a warning to the Enchi District Court Judge Lawrence Bueno Bue following a petition by Sulemana Isifu, Director of the Research Center for Climate Change and Food Security. Now, the petition dated April 6, 2025 demanded Bue's removal for alleged incompetence in handling a case involving illegal miners and excavators. In a letter dated May 13, 2025, signed by Dr. Cyriacus Badinye Bapuro, Acting Judicial Secretary. I'm sorry, sir, if I got your name wrong. It's quite a heavy name to mention. The Office of the Judicial Secretary confirmed that the petition has been received and the issue raised were duly appreciated. The letter stated that the judge, Bue, has been warned to exercise circumspection in his judicial decision. Now, additionally, a fresher course will be organized for the magistrate to update his knowledge of laws governing or concerning mining. Now, Chief Justice, Obi petition Chief Justice, acting Chief Justice, about a year judge bia oti case biso ewo de enchi. Now, nipa no petition or say judge no take Galamsey case no on the body language any nyoma bi o ye ne kire say on person obetena no ho obetena ne to so edi no kure ewa asem nim. Galamsey case na ekoso no excavator enso insensem wom. Emma Obi a petition the Chief Justice, my Chief Justice, no, I want a judge and say, hey, tina so never do the right thing. And I say, yeah, the right thing. In fact, Chief Justice, as I suggest to say, Sir Judge, among fanumbre and no refresher course. On Sanko Rona Jumuka crack, a ba emra efa illegal mining home, not say you on your sharp, not on tea a jumana or yanasi. So the Chief Justice is taking steps. Now, there are some judges in Ghana. They need to understand, say, I was set Obi monitor omo. For about 8 years, majority of some of the judges are more Ghana. No be monitor omo. They were doing what they like. For 8 years, they could afford to bet so. 90% of some of the judges are omo Kurase district court. And yet there is small courts, circuit courts, they were not being monitored. They were doing what they like. And some of the outcomes, some of the judgments, ultimately out and say, na judge with all due respect, bibi na. Yetimika so obiako wia banchi 2 ye jele no 40 years obiako wia nyoma mienu nyoma bi wo ha ehia say people have to go through counseling ehia say nipa ni bi kura ho edi say de omuko jail e wo say ye pe an institution that is into counseling people, training people. Some people need to do community service, and so judge bi to meet na no ama obi 40 years in kwasiasam okokan yes ye nka judge asem. So judge for they are above the law. You cannot criticize judges. Now we have a Chief Justice who is trying to reset the judicial system, trying to make sure say the right thing is done. So right now, judge now case, we are all going to follow the case. You never heard the body language. We will send reporters to the courtroom. We are going to follow every single detail. Judge Nankasa, we are going to set an eye on him. The obey or court to be a Chief Justice say, Judge no encore refresher course. Monfan stroke a krangu ni trim no who ni trim. Sebia Galamsey ahwiane bia koma na emunya fine na onsa sebio on refreshing ho e Galamsey nsensemu se ne be obetena se a Galamsey ni excavator nsemba obetuma tena se aka. Very important. Hey, there are so many people in Ghana who jail here. They are not supposed to be in jail. There are so many people in Ghana. Jail here. They don't deserve to be in jail. But judges need be afa a minor abomobo. There who pan second court for no nessa in crossing dangerous. Some conform are jailing people. In fact, amount for Bokronoa, I was some places now almost like a cry. Obi oye innocent ko etumi share e de asam so judge bi to be jail obi. I didn't tell so ko wi abode baako, bode betem na judge jail obi 30 years. The nonsense happening in these small courts, no. I will plead with the Chief Justice to look into the matter. To look into that matter, to have a serious look into some of the judges around this nation. He should not look in the big cities. He should look in the villages. Without due respect, the small towns. Sa judge for no, now 10 years, 15 years, they have become part of the crime. Some judges are even protecting Galamseyers. Some judges even have concession. Some judges are involved in illegal mining. Uchi ni hunipa oba nuejano. The Chief Justice needs to open the horizon very, very wide. He needs to make sure, say, judge phobia or involved in criminality, no, or monitor omo. It is getting out of hand. And you see, for the past 8 years, your judiciary, no, some of the judges, no, bebre subanye. We have very good judges in Ghana. I can bet you. There are so many judges in Ghana. Good. They are honest. They are doing their job diligently. But there are a lot in the system. We need to make sure we get rid of them. Because omoma Ghana for ebre. Some judges, oma say, the moment or a judge, no, obetime intimidate you obia, obetime hunu obia, obetime do obia innocent kwakutu fiase, obia ntimi nya she. Because who watches the judges? Nobody's monitoring the judges. For the past 8 years, judges were doing what they like. Because Madam Tokono is sitting up there serving the executive. She did not care. She did not go down there because she saw herself say, "Oh, big or top war." And omomuasi only be a dinkwasi asem. Yeah. There's one case I am following in Accra. There's one judge, your friend, Abbas. There's one judge, be your friend, Abbas Abubakar. I am monitoring that judge. Or one of those judges, sir. Or one of those judges, sir. Abbas Abubakar Adams. That judge, you know, or one of the judges now for the promote every circuit court, Edomoba High Court or something. 2024, yeah. Afenyo M. I am watching that judge closely. There is a case before that judge. Omajani case to the 29th of this month. And I have a lot of information what is happening with that case. His name is Judge Abbas Abubakar. I hope I got the name right. Nidinde Abbas Abubakar Adams. Sa judge no onye case we Ojeli, a young man, 14 years for stealing 2 motorbikes. Judge na mekan asem no, your friend Abbas Abubakar Adams. Or case biso, it involves a man and his wife. And from my investigations, the man has been able to infiltrate this judge. And the man is going out there intimidating the woman, and this judge, you know, from what I am seeing, case, you know, it is going to look like the man or person bullying the way through. This judge, Nidinye, your friend Abubakar Abbas, this is the same judge, 2024, and for promoting it in the bar, a young crime. Now, our Sefio Sehemfa. This man in 2023, Ojeli, a young man, frustrated man, Oria Moto 2, when Kunipa. Oria Moto 2, And I walk on the channel. Papa we jailing 14 years. This judge, he jailed this young man 14 good years. Now, you know the funny thing? Another person went to defile a young lady. Another person in the same judge, in the court, somebody went to defile, somebody went to defile, where's the other one? Yeah. Another same man, somebody went to defile a 12-year-old girl, or man 20 years. Obi Korea Moto 2, or man 14 years. And Obi defile, echo repeat, a young 12-year-old kid, or man 20 years. The inconsistencies in this guy, in the judgment. Your friend Abbas Abubakar, Ekufuado promoted him 2024. Now, I have been monitoring this guy. I have been monitoring him since Oban crying. I have been monitoring his cases because I've gotten a lot of reports about this judge. Obi ko about to 2, or man 14 years. Obi ko defile 12-year-old kid, or man 20 years. That is what. And now ask yourself, reasoning, there no digital so yes sir, a mass judgment. No. You see, and these are some of the judges that you come as some will be saying, judge for some. This particular judge. Me say on the 29th, there's a case I journey to 29th. I warrior case be. And I have a lot, but I am watching. Because you see, Judge phobia ban cry, I imagine say in kind of scour. Judge phobia but not cry, no my imagine I cried there. I had the Obanas went to me sit down, went to my phone bank, went to me near Danke Serbia, and the baby. I'm not saying that's what you are doing, Abubakar. I'm saying that some of the judges, that is Oma Junior Dog with him. Inti ye omo free ebia in Kronkitum near the omo ba in Kraya. Accra be cash cow. That is where they have to make sure they become billionaires overnight. Judge Abubakar Abbas, I am watching you. I have nothing to say for now. I am not going to show you how to do your job. But at least you know your job. You know what is right. You know, sir, you need to apply the law. You need to stick to the law. You need to make sure the right thing is done. The people involved, I'm not going to mention anybody's name because I have my people, they have been in your courtroom so many times and I've seen your body language. And apart from that, I know what I know. I will sit back and watch. I will say, Obiya in a Juma in the right way. Ma Obiya na you say, oh, ska Ghana into a befa judge, be someone who intimidate to Obiya Ghana. The moment we hear, we will come after you. Say Obiya the 10 years no di bonia I was say na so twea e se no I was say sa so twe no ye de ma no. So Obiya the 40 years na we di bonia aso twea I was say de ma sa nipa no I was say de ma no. We are not supposed to allow people to use their money to decide I was say case sibi I was say court. We are going to start recording you judges. And as the other credit the form. We are going to start recording you judges. We are going to start publishing you guys. We are going to let the world know the kind of judiciary we have. I trust the new acting CJ. I know he's on top of his game, but we are all going to help this man to succeed. And I believe this man say a jumano ebedaho na no kwani bedaho he will apply it and inti na na Ekufuado MP say obenya judges papa mo ma Supreme Court wo inti ya de what is right should be done. So when him Judge Abubakar Abbas, Kachan said, Kevin Taylor has mentioned his name. And that I am watching. I have no problem when the writing is done. But the moment Obiba and I say, Odisika, Ebetieti and Kofofa and so we will all go down. Now, Mommy, I'll call the next story. Now, let me address this matter. And this matter is simple. This is Paul Adom-Otchere. Yesterday, I spoke about Nyamebia Paul Adom-Otchere all year. And there's some pending interview via Eba about Paul, the dealings, the sexual partners who are willing to speak on video. Makajem said Paul Adom-Otchere ni yire jano. Paul Adom-Otchere or the gono sign yire. Paul Adom-Otchere former exim boss no sebio sa papa no na ofane yire we di ne yire na ne yire ejai Paul. And the menoka say enyubre uko Paul fia ne yire nto ho ya pamo Paul obia ni wo one Paul ejai ebusuafo atenase eme ya ka asem no guy we he's into drugs or drugs and into na wachenchene no but so unim Paul Adom-Otchere onie. Now Andrew me bought a video of Paul Adom-Otchere responding to me. Magaja Paul said, what is coming is bigger than him. What is coming to you, Paul, is bigger than you. And I'll take it to you. I'm bringing it to you. I will let you commit suicide. Oh, you, Paul. I will force you to commit suicide. You have no idea. Medinka power macho and my power yerecho. I am done. Before God and man, I have done what is right. Whoa, me boy pian, nyoma me di be puano, ubenu me drew a kunhu them. So Paul Adom-Otchere yesterday, and before I go to Paul issue, no so my said, "Me nyoma biba, but me din kind e huma no." There are few things he said that I want Paul to know. Say me, when I'm quiet about something, maybe I'm best me react because me react here. Say me twa homa na, me twa material na, ahoma homa na wo no e be ka obi mo bi hom, ohun be kire no. You know, I played Paul Adom-Otchere's response bia na oka on the show no so. I want us to dwell on the part na oka Judge we your friend Judge Kyei-Baffour. Okay, Judge we. Sorry. I'll bring all this up, but I want you to know this man. Judge Kyei-Baffour. Judge Kyei-Baffour we na Paul Adom-Otchere can ask them say or the warrant atomeso. NCA case bia ebaya na make a judge we say he should do things right. So refugee Kyei-Baffour, I showed his picture on any girlfriend. I have some other pictures I'll be showing. I wasn't going to talk about Kyei-Baffour because Kyei-Baffour don't come a plan, but Paul Adom-Otchere brought his name up. And internet me introduce Kyei-Baffour again on TV. So if you don't know Judge Kyei-Baffour, this judge was promoted to the High Court. Nana Dankwa wanted to move him to the Supreme Court. Chief Justice Madam Tokonu, so list 5 the Kufuor say unpromoted judges be enko Supreme Court. Na judge we can your friend Kyei-Baffour when a case or the warrant atome so adintira or the case so and na my day my catcher say his posture should be just. Also on TV that ne need jem ho che say obe ready law. It is only Judge Kyei-Baffour. This is the judge Paul Adom-Otchere was talking about. Say, Judge Kyei-Baffour. I just want to give you a background of what Paul was talking about. But I want us to concentrate on or keep an eye on Paul video way. He spoke about Judge Kyei-Baffour. Now, I want to play the video again. Maybe respond the ADB to Paul. Na mama na tiasie say, stray bullet, it become biya. Now, this Paul Adom-Otchere yesterday, the video here 2 days ago, I want to show you. So, where did it go? Team. Yes, it's here. Thank you.
Doesn't live in the country. So many defamation suits have been filed against him. Maybe I'm going to add mine. It's all sitting here. When we said that he had run away into Ghana, he was not able to talk about it. This guy has a loud mouth. He talks about everything. He was told that you came to Ghana and you ran away. And I'm hearing from some of the ministers that we even thought were responsible, that some of them said that it is they who asked him to leave because they can't have him here. And he hasn't said anything about it. He's tried to come to Ghana and told the government that they should give him an appointment so that you have an immunity. I mean, you cannot live in Ghana and do that kind of journalism. He has to know that, and therefore, he has to come and face the bench once. I hope that the things we are hearing that Justice Baffour is being told by some of the people in the ruling party that he should try hard and do something as acting Chief Justice to bring the guy into town so that he can live in Ghana and all of that. I hope those things are not true. That's what they call their style of justice. It's called Jandam. I understand that.
So Tiena, Okasano, I say, Obo Judge Wedding, Judge Kyei-Baffour, say Judge Kyei-Baffour, and the warrant told me so. I'm a fugitive between Ghana, one person, or some Ghana, and secondly, me Ghana no ministers normally Ghana and some Sanko, and the same person or same member Ghana. Now yes, judge. So he's all over the place because Paul is a liar. Paul is a criminal. Paul is the devil. Makachemo. Paul ni yire jano obiako di ni yire ma yire jano. Into Paul is depressed. This is Judge Kyei-Baffour. Now, who is Judge Kyei-Baffour? Judge Kyei-Baffour, any judge na or NCA case in so. Do you remember the NCA case? NCA appointees almost 7 under John Mahama. Judge Kyei-Baffour ni judge we otena case ni so at a point a petition was sent to the Chief Justice about case, say the posture of Judge Kyei-Baffour is wrong and that he needs to sit. But Judge Kyei-Baffour petition his posture was the same. He decided to do a job that he believed in. I came on my show and I said, Judge, this is a very sensitive case. You cannot make your posture be too political. In fact, as a judge, you need to be just. You need to stay within the law, because sober court to cry, the kind of pronouncement and the way you are reacting towards those who have been accused of committing a crime, it shows that you have predetermined what you want to do. So I did a whole show letting Ghanaians know that, yes, he's a judge. He has the right to sit on a case, but it does not mean that he's God. He is also a human being who can falter. So sitting on a case does not make Judge Kyei-Baffour some superhuman who cannot be, at the end of the day, questioned about his character. Judge Kyei-Baffour felt that his ambition in the judiciary, Okutano, the excitement when he saw the NPP government come to power, and also how he felt, say, some senior judges in the superior court, they don't have anything on him because that's what I think he thought, because he was too excited to do things to please the government of the day. So Judge Kyei-Baffour, as you can see, went ahead and then did what? And made sure, say, NCA for with jail. In fact, the most interesting thing, they say, NCA for jail. One of them was the brother of the current acting CJ, Baffour Bonny. That was his brother. So Judge Kyei-Baffour knew what he was doing. As a young judge, he knew. Remember, Judge Kyei-Baffour we asked the jail Echo Esuman. Echo Esuman now almost say, is it Echo Esuman? Yeah, Echo Esuman. I think that's the name. Mr. P, Mr. S, is that the name? Guy na Capital Bank manager na Mensa Otabo board no omu disika omu de fry na ye Mensa Otabo from na ye jaily boy no. Yes, this is the same judge who jailed that young man. Today, go to jail and see. The man is almost dead. A Esuman guy is dead. He's almost dead. Every day they bring him to the military hospital, 37 military hospital. He's going through a lot at the expense of some people who feel untouchable. Mensa Otabomo were sitting on the board. Atuesian, thank you very much. Not Eko Esuman. Atuesian. This is the same judge who was given that job to sit on the Atuesian case. He ended up jailing Atuesian. So Judge Kyei-Baffour is not new to this. He understands the job. He has been there. And remember, 2022, Ojeli Atuesian, I think, 2023, and a Chief Justice, Eddie the DK list, and say, Ekufuado should move him to the Supreme Court. This is Judge Kyei-Baffour. Now you are understanding what I mean. And to me, criticizing Judge Kyei-Baffour on the NCA case, Judge Kyei-Baffour, cases that are more political and sensitive that went in favor of the MPP, he was the only judge who was seen as right to sit on that case. One NCA case, a very political case, that was very tricky, that was pushed through quickly for people to be jailed to serve as a political message for the MPP. Judge Kyei-Baffour was the one who sat on that case. Atuesian case, after these people closed the banking closure, they needed somebody to hang. It to make the MPP have a case. Say they had a reason, a legitimate reason to close banks down in Ghana. Judge Baur was the same person who sat on the case and jailed Atuesian, whilst Mensa Otabo and his group were on the board. They were the ones giving directives before Atuesian made any move. But they said what? Otabo is an MPP pastor. Mensa Otabo cannot go to jail. Mensa Otabo is human than Atuesian. So they made Mensa Otabo stay home, and then they indirectly made sure say Atuesian goes to jail. Remember, Nipana na or investigate case we know. Na in charge of the case, one was Bako Nikunu na or a junior pastor Mensa Otabo. Sorry. So you need to understand say no matter what Atuesian did, Kyei-Baffour was going to put him in because say Atuesian and jail, Mensa Otabo has to go to jail. That is how Atuesian ended up in jail. But that's not my problem. I wanted to give you a background of Judge Kyei-Baffour, the judge they've been talking about, or the warrant that took Kevin Taylor, so a young judge. In fact, when you go to his school, time I know what school, no, the people in the in school, time I know we law, no, 40 students, law students, he could not even pass to be one of the 40. Kyei-Baffour. In fact, when I go into the background of Kyei-Baffour, people will be shocked and be like, how did Madam Tokonu decide to add his name to the 5 judges that they wanted to take to the Supreme Court in 2024? Now, let's come to Paul Adom-Otchere in Samn or kind of video. You see, Paul Adom-Otchere, my catcher and say, I never wanted to talk about Judge Kyei-Baffour because I saw Judge Kyei-Baffour's action then as an unprofessional action. He acted from impulse. He did not think through what he did. So I've always never considered that thing that happened, say, Obi to court, or so on my warrant. Or I saw, say, he was too power drunk. He felt too powerful and that he forgot his position. So I've always never treated that issue as an important issue. I'm being very honest with you. Because any lawyer, office school ended one day can go and set that thing aside. And Judge Kyei-Baffour knows to date that has tainted his reputation. Because nobody in this world will allow such a judge, such Kyei-Baffour, to be moved to the Supreme Court after that action he took. Because when the petition was written, time and NCA case in the our petition and a petition, the Chief Justice then, Enini Yeboah, Eka say this and this and this ain't no other petition. Judge Enini Yeboah, Chief Justice then, Okache Nipane say, Kevin Taylor is not in Ghana. Kevin Taylor is not a party to the case. So he cannot consider whatever Kevin Taylor has said to instruct Kyei-Baffour to step aside. That is the ruling from Enini Yeboah. Meaning, 1, I am not part of the case. 2, I am out of jurisdiction. So how can the judge sitting on the case, who is Kyei-Baffour, decide to say, I've issued a warrant to somebody the Chief Justice says is not part of the case and also is out of jurisdiction? So he should tell you, say, the whole thing was a mess. It was a rush thing to make sure, say, politically, some people become judicial, darling boys to be moved quickly. And I have never spent a day thinking about Kyei-Baffour's action because his action is killing him. He knows. And it is killing whatever he put together as a judge to date. And the reputation judges Bikuta or Ghana, Kyei-Baffour knows he does not have it. He knows it. It's the worst decision ever any judge would make. And he knows. Oma politics, as say, the little credibility he had. This is Paul Adom-Otchere on the screen. Now, I want to let Paul Adom-Otchere know something. You see, Kyei-Baffour that will can them every day. Judge Kyei-Baffour, I will say, me echo, and I am talking to some people to tell Kyei-Baffour to not to let me. Kyei-Baffour cannot stop me from coming to Ghana. In fact, you yourself, you have said on countless occasions, say, me maba Ghana so many times, so why are you saying Kyei-Baffour can stop me from coming to Ghana? So you know that I can come to Ghana and Kyei-Baffour cannot stop me from coming to Ghana. But I want to tell you something. Kyei-Baffour, Judge Kyei-Baffour himself, he is not a clean judge. He has a lot of things on his head that today, if I decide to go in, Kyei-Baffour should not be a judge in any of our courts. You know that. Because at least I was giving him second chance to clean that bad reputation that he created for himself when he took that decision. Do you understand? But Kyei-Baffour, baby, the reason I'm doing this is because you brought Kyei-Baffour name into this matter. So I have no option than to let the world know why Kyei-Baffour krano, because of you, Paul. Say, I can say, expose Kyei-Baffour. Kyei-Baffour should not be sitting in any court as a judge. Listen, I wouldn't have done this. But it's because Paul Adom-Otchere, because you brought Kyei-Baffour's name, Because every time you try everything to bring other people's name in. Right now, Kyei-Baffour, because of you, is on the chopping board. Until we need to let people know the Kyei-Baffour you are talking about to say, Mr. Yeah, 2024. All right, thank you. The Kyei-Baffour that you were talking about to say, Kyei-Baffour is a judge. He put warrant. Kyei-Baffour, Kyei-Baffour records more. Today, the Chief Justice can be petitioned for Kyei-Baffour to be kicked out of office. You know that? Yeah. Kyei-Baffour has committed a crime which is not different from what Madam Tokonu has committed. I have a lot of sensitive information and documents. For some reason, I say we are growing in this trade. We are growing in this profession. For some reason, maybe I near 10 years ago, we don't do it again. Because sometimes we feel, say, we want some people to at least sit back, listen to themselves, look back, and start to do what? Change. And there were some crazy things we used to do. We've not done, we've stopped doing it. But because of what Paul Adom-Otchere, I want the world to know, say, the crime today that is making the world talk about Madam Tokonu, that same crime, similar, Kyei-Baffour has committed the same crime. Now, because of Paul Adom-Otchere, I'm going to make the world know one of the things Kyei-Baffour has done. Kyei-Baffour is not any legitimate, clean judge. Because, you see, let me tell you something. Kyei-Baffour knows the law. It made me boom raso, and now I wish I boom raso. Not Kyei-Baffour boom raso. I will say jelly Kyei-Baffour more than all of us. Because he is a judge. He's a judge who is supposed to know the law. It's to bring Kyei-Baffour's name in your editorial to defend your own question. It means the stray bullets and Sanam about so. Do not think say asa. No, any single person you mentioned, I'll bring that person's record for people to know who they are. And Sana, I deal with you, Paul Adom-Otchere. Now, let me show you something. Judge Kyei-Baffour, Paul Uboni Dina also or no send the warrant, no. Ask Judge Kyei-Baffour. Judge Kyei-Baffour stayed in government bungalow. The same time he was staying in government bungalow, he was taking allowance, he was taking money from the government. Judge Kyei-Baffour, or take government bungalow, the man government building our team are buying it here. He was still taking money from the government. He has committed a crime, and it does not matter when Judge Kyei-Baffour did that. But if I want to petition the Chief Justice about that action, I can petition the Chief Justice and say, this judge, Kyei-Baffour, who should know what is right, stayed in government bungalow and at the same time taking allowance, whilst he knew that bungalow no timuno enisa or Jessica. Judge Kyei-Baffour took the taxpayers' money. He took the taxpayers' money. He was taking rent allowance. Go and ask Judge Kyei-Baffour, oh yes, sir. And if you want to apply the law, he was taking rent allowance. He was staying in government bungalow as a judge and at the same time taking a year rent allowance. Is it not illegal? It is. So this judge called Kyei-Baffour, he should not be sitting in any court in Ghana. But I didn't want to talk about all these things because I have access to a lot of sensitive information. And if I decide to bring all those things out, a lot of judges will leave our courts. They will be sacked. It's not important in here. But the moment you bring Kyei-Baffour's name, then it means I have to let the world know what Kyei-Baffour, some of the crimes he has committed. Where are the lists? Kyei-Baffour, what you are buying a dime, Paul, and no one coming you. I've had documents years and years. I keep them because I know when to use them. Well, I influencer judge. Kyei-Baffour na buying dime. I buying triaka na order who the rent allowance gusudi. And you know the funny thing? Kyei-Baffour rent allowance na later. Ebe clear say no. He did what? He tried to refund. Meaning the fact to say while refund the crutches, he knew that what he was doing was wrong. Kyei-Baffour, yeah, this judge, Paul Nakoboni Ding. Paul Adom-Otchere brought your name. Because I don't have time to be dealing with Kyei-Baffour. And ask Kyei-Baffour, say, did he take rent allowance whilst he was staying in government bungalow? Did he try to refund? What made him try to refund? Let me show you something here. You see, this is Kyei-Baffour. Go and ask him. Number and name, Kyei-Baffour, total rent allowance, 32,490. Or Jesasikani di Tetisikano, 390 million. And amount refunded or refunded 20,000. Kyei-Baffour, as we speak, or the Ghana cracker 7,000. Or the rent allowance was or take a buying a diamond. Go and ask Kyei-Baffour, Paul. The Kyei-Baffour you are making noise about. An ordinary Ghanaian can petition the Chief Justice and say Kyei-Baffour went against the law. It is similar to what the Chief Justice has done. This is Kyei-Baffour. But for some reason, we don't talk about things because we try to make this country move in a certain way where we protect them. We protect a lot of people, let me tell you. Because we want this country to move in a way Obia Sebio me protect you in a nice way. But when people like Paul Adom-Otchere push here, we can do things. And we can push things for some people. Some people will stay indoors for the rest of their lives. I would have it has been with me for years. I didn't want to show it, but I want to prove something to Paul. Let me enlarge it. You see, ask him that did he take rent allowance whilst he was living in government bungalow? Mumbusano. This is his name, his lordship, Justice Kyei-Baffour, 32,490 Ghana, 15 pesos. While refunding 20,000 Ghana, 7,419, 50 pesos is still our money. Now, what is the difference between this and what Chief Justice has done? OTT so yeah, Kyei-Baffour. Do you know the damage we can do? Paul? Do you know what we can do? And then Makacha will say, I have apologized to your wife, and I have apologized to your children. What I'm about to do to you, you commit suicide. So I'm not going to do much. But I wanted Paul to know, say, Kyei-Baffour himself, on one case, with all due respect, it been to Kyei-Baffour. And Kyei-Baffour did this, and Kyei-Baffour put one hand. And I'm say, Kyei-Baffour himself, we are going strictly by the law. And Kyei-Baffour is not, he shouldn't be sitting in any court. Because I can petition the Chief Justice on this action of Kyei-Baffour. Do you think he will survive? No. He will lose his lines. He will go home. So tonight, pick a phone and ask Kyei-Baffour, did he actually take rent allowance whilst he was living in government bungalow? Ask him. Let him sue. Let him come out. I want Kyei-Baffour to do a press conference and say he never did that. And no document in Ghana in the judicial settings proves that he has done that. Go and ask the Auditor General. Go and ask the Auditor General. This is a technology game. If you don't have evidence, don't speak. Say a show, maintain. So don't try to drag people in your nonsense. Kyei-Baffour in baby and and then the whole Ghana and the Obia ATH Kyei-Baffour asem. And some way, so many Ghanaians wouldn't know. But because of you, Paul Adom-Otchere, because you think, say, Udin Kwasi asem we are, I was all finding ways to be. Now now Udin call for bim, or team for Duncan William. Me say, Kyei-Baffour Busano, say, did he stay in government bungalow and did he take rent allowance? He should come and say never. The same Kyei-Baffour Only the same judge who presided over 2012, the cocaine case now, Edani Konkonten, was Kyei-Baffour. 2012. He was the same judge, circuit court judge, or Tina Konkonten cases, cocaine case, Edani Konkonten, was the same Kyei-Baffour. This same judge, this same person, was this same judge, this same judge, this same Kyei-Baffour. Paul, you want us to do everything? We can do everything. We can do everything. Because right now, no, who show no, Adane Eyadian, Ewiemu, bloggers in your man, oh, sorry, I agree that now can ask them. Oh, sorry, now can unquench stories. Oh, sorry, Nyoma, Sebio, M. Fampuntium, by then I would do Hunkomo. Oh, only a Wiemu difference. The only thing is I wash a Vietnam suit and a Wiemu for a Frantoma. There's nothing attractive about what you do. There's nothing attractive about what you do. Only a Wiemu difference in him. So nobody in Ghana and Ajuni Juma will spend time to come and watch you, Paul Adom-Otchere. There's nothing in you again. You are basically a communicator for the NPP. I can bet you cannot do a show without mentioning Agrad Adin. You cannot do a show without mentioning Sofu Bidin. And you cannot do a show without doing roadside politics. The only Instagram, TikTok, that is what you do. You are not able to talk about the real issues. We will have facts. And I'll come to the Ghana there. But I want you to understand, Kyei-Baffour na body dino onyanyankopon or on the floors. And if you want me to put more out, I'll put more out. I am daring you. If you want me to put more out on Kyei-Baffour, I can put more out on Kyei-Baffour. But out of some reason, for some reason, because I didn't want Kyei-Baffour's action to distract my viewers. But because he brought his name, and then the make say, tomorrow we should all ask Kyei-Baffour, did he stay in government bungalow and did he take rent allowance? And did he refund? Why did he refund if he did not do something wrong? What Tokolo is going through, if any Ghanaian citizen decides to apply that on Kyei-Baffour, Kyei-Baffour needs to go home. Adia wo ya no show no so wiem ya ga say wiem ka say wiem. The difference between wo Paul and wiem and Obadana and say wo Vietnam suit, there's nothing interesting about you. What do you talk about? Hey, I say, and Mahama, and you have nothing. You are empty. Why is a pito kra? You are dry. Why is that money? Hey, massa, you bet my damage. Eh? You can say be damage. Damage ye be no e kro be dane. But baby at tea and baby a free tea. Sometimes your enemy crop when you consider no because on Yankopon, ye ni or cry and son your means or consider. That is why. So I go watch Kyei-Baffour ding. Because you told to me 2-3 hours na TV so now we your TikTok story. Me say and obey show abekono ka grad asem. Only story bia. There's nothing in that guy. Very dirty riffraff, filthy. Obi akodu yire na me catch no we jawa. What was saying, I said, Bram, better catch Kyei-Baffour. Mama one, and I'm expecting you to respond to this. I'm expecting Kyei-Baffour to respond to this. Obia, Obodi Dimbiano, I'll come and respond to it. Adom-Otchere,